Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to Guardian. Guardian. First thing about Guardian is that Guardian is a fundraising platform and a product validation platform for Web3 startups. And this is one of our first VC pitching sessions we have been organizing. And we have here Ernest Tan from Coinstore, Jessica Shen from Mint Ventures, Karthik Sambhandham from Refex Capital, Mike Grantis from Contango, uh, and Muddahalan and Noha from One Discovery. So welcome all. Thank you so much. And we invite the pitching startups, 6 startups: Fluidefi, Coinstore, Ticket, Coin Gabbar. Um, we have also Virtuacoin and Rosy Whale. So with that, I think we can start with So with that, I think we can start with small 30 seconds introductions of each of the investors, so that from there we can take it forward actually.
Okay. Hello, everybody. So I lost my audio for a second. Did you ask me to start?
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you, please.
So shall I introduce myself?
Yes.
Okay.
You can.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lisa Loud. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Fluidefi, and very happy to be here with you today. I'm in Canada, Montreal, so it's 6:30 a.m. And would you like me to go into my pitch, or are we doing introductions first?
We're just doing introductions first right now.
Okay.
So all the investors, I think, the 30 seconds introductions of this one.
Okay.
We can start with Jessica, Karthik, Mike, Noha.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jessica from Mint Ventures. Very happy to be here to have this session with all the entrepreneurs and the Guardian. And I'm currently working on some NFT research and investment at Mint Ventures, also covering some DAO tooling and DID products at Mint Ventures. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Jessica.
Hi, everyone. This is Karthik here. I basically lead investments in certain sectors, mostly in the tech and deep tech and AI in Refex Capital. We've also been, very early entrants. We're looking at a lot of space in Web3 and blockchain, and happy to be here in Guardian to hear fellow entrepreneurs and look forward to collaborating in future. Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess I can go next. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. But Mike, you can go next. Yeah.
Hey guys, Mike Grantis, co-founder of Contango Digital Assets. We're a Web3 venture fund and venture studio. So we've funded about 50 projects in the last 2 years, usually early stage, so pre-seed to seed round. And one thing I would say is we tend to swing above our weight when it comes to the introductions that we can bring to portfolio companies. We work with a number of centralized exchanges in the space, launch pads, other kind of tier 1 VCs that we can introduce to close out rounds. And we're an active VC, and we like to work hand in hand with the portfolio companies that we invest in. So thank you for the time. Looking forward to hearing you guys pitch.
Thank you. Muddahalan, I think you can make an introduction of yourself.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I'm one of the co-founders of Zababa Labs, which is a blockchain studio here based in Singapore. And I'm also advising a New York-based hedge fund called JSD Capital. So we also do venture investments, typically pre-seed and seed. And excited to see what other projects, all the projects that you guys will be showcasing.
Thank you. I think Karthik, yeah, I think everyone has introduced. Ernst also from Coinstore is here. I think.
Hi, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Hi,
Yeah,
Ernst.
hi, I'm Ernest from Coinstore. So, Coinstore is a centralized exchange based in Singapore. So, I'm glad to be here by CR Guardian. Thanks for inviting me and having me here. I think, basically, what I'm here, it's definitely one is to pitch and also one is to see if there's any outstanding projects that actually needs help in terms of finding VCs, funds, listing, or any other form of partnership or other services as well. So, thank you guys. Looking forward to the pitch.
Thank you, Ernst. I think we have done with all the introductions. Well, yeah, I should read it earlier. Okay. Thank you so much for coming to the Guardian pitch, and this will be a 3 minutes elevator pitch where the projects get to say what they are doing in a very simple format and interesting format, and then 6 minutes Q&A where the investors in the platform can ask this one. And this is a live recorded session which will be telecasting in our YouTube channels, and we'll be sharing with our network of investors too, so that they can actually use this as a platform to take a decision upon the future, taking a decision on the investment of these projects. So welcome in. I think for the first project, we will invite Lisa Loud from Fluidefi. Yeah, Lisa, we have made you a presenter.
Okay, great. I've got my camera on. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Thank you for the time and the opportunity. As I said, my name is Lisa, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Fluidefi. My background is in big tech. I spent a long time at Apple as a software engineer and then also as a manager. And then I went to PayPal from 2009 to 2017. I was running marketing projects in PayPal. When I left in 2017, I was actually leading digital acquisition on the merchant side for North America. I would like to share my screen. I see I have a link here. Okay, great. Got it. So our project is Fluidefi. And the reason that I started Fluidefi is, are you able to see my screen now?
Please, we can.
Yeah, okay, great. The reason that I started Fluidefi was I've worked for BitMEX and Shapeshift. We experienced rapid scaling in BitMEX in about 6 months, and we had a huge opportunity to really take over the market, but there were some regulatory problems and I had to leave. So we went from $100,000 up until $6 billion in trading a day, and we were making $83 million a month when I was at BitMEX over the course of 6 months. So that was amazing. And then Shapeshift had its own issues. I was the COO. Pandemic hit and we couldn't continue. So I decided, okay, I'm going to start my own thing. And I believe that I can overcome some of these challenges that we've seen. So Fluidefi, I'm very excited to bring it to you today. We're powering decentralized finance. We're bringing decentralized finance into the institutional world. And we've had incredible momentum and success already. The problem is that institutions look at DeFi and the data is massively fragmented and it's inaccurate. It's impossible for them to enter this space. Plus, they see these big failures like FTX and now SVB, but FTX was really a case in point for lack of regulatory clarity. So I want to solve this problem so that institutions can come into the space and feel confident that they will be protected, that they'll have visibility, none of these shenanigans will happen. Just to give you an example of how bad the data is in this space today, a lot of people don't know this, but if you look at these, here's just an example of 3 different platforms, Zerion, DBank, and Zapper. It's so difficult to get accurate information that this is the same wallet showing up in each of these platforms, and you get a different answer in each one. That may be okay for retail investors, but it's not okay for institutions. If you look at Fluidefi, you'll get the actual real information, and you can also dive down and see how we got to that. We're very auditable. So we're just trying to provide that layer of composability so that other platforms, other projects, other financial institutions can come into DeFi and make it mainstream. We're very happy to be working with Google. Google spent a long time looking over a lot of the DeFi data providers in the space, and they chose Fluidefi over all of the other ones because our data is the most robust and the most accurate. Google's opinion matters a lot to us. We're about to launch on their BigQuery so that we can stream data to all of their BigQuery customers, and they have big plans for us in the future. We are also working with some of the large Big Four companies, accounting companies, to do tax reporting, auditing, forensic accounting. The data that we provide, they said they have not seen anywhere else, and it's what they've been looking for. And you can also use Fluidefi data. This is where we started for trading with just an example portfolio of this investor who was using the Fluidefi data was able to significantly outperform the market during this big FTX crash period where others suffered losses. What we're looking at is a huge market. We all know that data is the new oil. We feel we have a significant edge over the rest of the competition because of our accuracy, and this market is huge today and will only continue to grow. Just where we're seeing our revenue come from, we have a SaaS model for our trading products, which has been, we've had 480,000 in 22 on the trading, in last year on the trading products. We're just launching the accounting products, expecting that to grow over time. And the data streaming is really through Google, and AWS has also approached us to do the same thing. We do have competitors, of course. There are many competitors in this space. I would say Nansen is the closest for what we're looking for our target audience. And they do something slightly different from what we do. We would be a good data source for Nansen. But where we win on most of the competition is the accuracy, the compliance, and the low latency. I mentioned myself at the beginning. My co-founder is also a stellar co-founder. He comes from the Department of Defense. He's built big data systems for the FBI and has worked for IBM for many years. Some of our team is from NASDAQ and FINRA in the US, and very strong AI component as well. So Fluidefi has been trusted from everyone from the Canadian government. They're working with us all the way up to Google, and we're very happy to have the momentum and acceleration that we've been experiencing over the past 6 months. So we have decided to raise to fuel our resources to build more faster and really build into this market to make it mainstream. We're raising 4 million on a safe note. We've raised 1.1 already, so we have another 3 to go. And we're looking for strategic investors who can really help with introductions. I heard someone say hitting above their weight class on the networks. That's what we're looking for. It's of course we need money to go forward, but we would like to have money we'd like to have strategic partners who will help us to build into the institutional space. Thank you so much for the time and the opportunity, and I'm happy to reach out and answer questions.
Thank you, Lisa. Any of the Mike or Karthik or Shen, any questions you have on this?
Yeah, Lisa, thanks so much for the presentation. Also Canadian based here in Toronto, so 6:30 a.m. early morning, but
Yes.
Really enjoyed the presentation. Can you talk a little bit more about your partnership with the Canadian government? What does that entail? How deep does that go?
So it has several aspects to it. We're partnering with the Trade Commission, and we speak every week with the trade commissioners they are introducing us to clients. They, for example, they introduced us to Media Banco last week, and it turns out that Italy is announcing a huge partnership this week or next week to do an investigation into institutional DeFi. And so as part of our partnership with the Canadian government, we're being asked to be part of that task force, which means we'll help to shape the legal framework for Italy. Very exciting. The Quebec government has invested in us. They've invested $150,000 because they view this as a regulatory solution for the DeFi space, and they're very interested in having something like that. And then the City of Montreal as well has sponsored us to go to many conferences such as Web Summit and etc. So it's at 3 levels.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Also, just a question with regards to the team. Well, first of all, how long have you been working on the project? And then secondly, how big is the team? Yeah, can you talk about the kind of composition of the team with respect to where everybody is working on the project?
Yes. So we've been working on the project since June of 2020. We incorporated in January 2021, so 2.5 years. And the team, besides Lewis and myself, we have we have 10 people working with us. Most of them are developers, and they're all based across Canada. We have some in BC, some in Ontario. We actually have some in Manitoba as well. And then a couple people in the US as well. So it's been very much in North America. And then you asked about the team. Yeah, the rest of the team is just sprinkled across marketing, business development, etc.
Happy to keep going.
Yep. Karthik or Jessica, any of your queries you have on the same thing?
I have some questions. So I think you wrote there like some percentages, like accuracy. So how is that quantified? Like 100%, 70% from Nansen or something like that?
Through our benchmark tests. So we've done our own benchmark tests. As far as the 100% is concerned, we spent 1.5 years getting the accuracy right. And when we figured out how to do it, we patented it because it was not an easy problem to solve. It's really difficult to get accurate blockchain data, partly because blockchain is a consensus-driven mechanism. So you need 50%, 51% consensus across nodes, meaning that not every node will have every transaction. So to get 100%, you need to know every transaction that happened on a particular liquidity pool, which means you need to know all the transactions in every block. So we have taken all of those transactions and stored them. We have over 2 billion records in our archive database so that we can calculate quickly any metrics that are needed. As far as the estimates on the accuracy of the competition, those are estimates based on some benchmark tests that we did early on.
All right, then like the underlying kind of like data collection, do you guys like run your own nodes, or
Yes.
do you guys like cross-reference with, because I know there's like a few other, I mean, besides the 3 that you specified, like Zerion, Zapper, and DBank, what about, I mean, I think there's also other providers like Parsec and all that. Like, do you guys use that, or you guys just like created like run your own nodes specifically?
Yes, we have a partnership with Parsec. Actually, somebody from Parsec is here in Montreal, so we're quite close with them. So we use Parsec. We also have our own nodes so that we can validate everything. We are checking through, we're also using Infura. So through other people, we're using up to 6 nodes to validate each data point.
And then for the data, like how many chains are you supporting? Like, is it mostly EVM ones, or like what about the non-EVM ones like Algorand and Solana?
Yeah, at present we have live only the EVMs. We have Ethereum and BNB chain. We are about to launch Casper. Casper has a new Casper swap, and we're working with Stellar. We're also very interested in Arbitrum. We just started working with the Arbitrum team as of ETH Denver. So, but I think they're a layer 2, but I think they're extremely powerful and getting a lot of TVL in the future. So we just go where the TVL is. Wherever we see the TVL growing, we add that chain.
All right. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you so much. And that's so, guys, that's Fluidefi and Lisa Loud. And they're currently raising a pre-seed round with an ask of $4 million at a valuation of 20 on a safe notes. And they have already raised 1.1 million of the round actually. So thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much for joining the session.
Sorry, just a question. So this 20 million valuation, is it like you're having a discount to the next round, or how does the safe note?
Yeah, it's a valuation cap, and it's a discount of 20% to the next round.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lisa, how do I get your contact? Like I missed the Gmail stuff just now. Can I chat you now over here somewhere?
We will be sharing the contact with you. So I think
Okay,
Onkar from our team, investor relations team, so he'll be there contacting with you.
Thank you so much. All right.
All right.
Okay, sure.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. So we will have our next project on the round, Coinstore, who's raising their Series A right now. So I would invite Ernst to do the pitch.
Hi, hello. Can you guys hear me loud and clear?
We can hear you.
Right. Hi. I think, yeah, basically we are a centralized exchange. I think most of you guys here in this roundtable does knows what is centralized exchange about and what do we do, CX. So I think underlining why are we opening up this Series A is to actually invite big appetites investors that believes in this industry of fintech. So with this investment fund, what are we actually going to do is to actually grow your own portfolio for those projects that you guys are already invested in that are looking forward, not only just listing, but a proper way to actually penetrate into isolated Southeast Asian markets. These funds are that we raise from our equity round is actually for this purpose. So we'll do several offline marketings, offline events in like Indonesia, India, Malaysia, and Philippines as well. We are looking towards into Thailand as the regulation there are strict. Singapore, not so much because the crypto here in Singapore, it's still growing. It's not really booming at all, but we are focusing more in terms of in India, in Indonesia as well, and of course Dubai. So I think the exit strategy for our own centralized exchange is definitely in Series B, listed on Nasdaq. Additionally, also M&A from those big fintech companies. Underlining right now, it's our market valuation is at 70 million. We are letting go 10% equity Series A for investors or private investors yourself that are actually interested in. So the 10% means we are raising 7 million. So our usual ticket size, we want to collect our entry ticket size is at 700,000. But if you guys are you guys are really interested in 100, 200 smaller ticket size, we also welcome because we want to have partners in it. So what we look for in investors that investing us, right, is to actually be able to help us to bridge into the country easier, and also to grow the portfolio of your own that you guys are interested in. Sorry, I do not have any slides to show because I'm using my phone. My laptop is repairing. But if you guys are keen, definitely we can share more in details. Our 5 component right now, firstly, it's spot listing, futures, derivatives, incubation, we are opening up, asset management, additionally, P2P, C2C as well. So right now we are at a stage of spot and futures, and we are going into our incubation service. We recently just opened our own asset management. So we do have a program called Earn Service. It's like staking, but it's fixed deposit for minimum about 6 months to 1 year to 2 years, with a return rate of 6% APR, 9% APR, and 11% APR. So this asset management will actually help you to grow your own asset as well, if you guys are keen with all the reserve funds that you guys have. So yeah, I think that's the underlining of our Series A. If you guys got any questions, definitely would love to answer.
I think we have already shared the deck of, I think, I understand an issue with this laptop. But we have already shared the deck with the investors earlier. So I think they can go through that. And if you I mean, like, if any questions you have, and honestly, I personally have a question, Ernst, also, is that how do you plan to compete with the larger exchanges like Binance, Qcoin, Huobi Exchange, or so who have been in the space and larger volume sizes and community too, users too?
Definitely. So see, for Binance, KuCoin, all them, the larger exchange, right? They are actually focusing a lot in the global market. So for us, Coinstore, we focus a lot in the Southeast Asia market. And how do we actually do that is to partner up with governments from different type of countries. So last year, 2022, 18th of October, we actually signed a MOU with the Indonesia government. So we are able to do offline marketing, offline user acquisition in that particular country. So as of now, we are in talks with Malaysia and also Philippine government as well. So these are the kind of strategies that we want to work with, especially the government body. In order to conquer a country, you have to work with the government. So that's what our plan is all about. And it's easier because we do not need to obtain the license in the country itself just to openly promote trading or openly promote any projects or any crypto assets.
Thank you. Any this Mike, Karthik, Jessica?
I'd just like to
Yeah,
understand a little bit more about
No,
sorry. Just like to understand a little bit more about the revenue numbers to date and kind of how you got to this $70 million valuation.
Okay, so for the revenue, right, we are only allowed to disclose it after a sign of NDA. And my director, I will get my board of director, everyone to come in to disclose, because that's really regarding with our own database and everything. But underlying of how we actually get our 70 million market valuation, it's our user base, our consistent per month profit, our revenue generated from listing and futures trading, the total number of head counts we have, and also the number of partnerships that we have established as well.
So can you share any details on that user base, the partnerships?
So
what's driving that?
Yeah, definitely. So right now, as of today, date to date, our user base is at 3 million KYC registered user. Our daily trading volume ranging about 180 to 250 million. Good days will be hitting 300. So as now the market conditions like that, things tends to drop a little bit. And our spot listing, I would say averagely we are listing about 10 to 15 projects as in the bear market. And in the bull run, we are listing about 30 to 50 projects as well. Onboarding projects right now, we have about 180, close to 200. Employee total headcount is sitting at 150 to 160, inclusive of HR and finance team. I think our strong partners right as of now, we are partnered up with Hacken, Certic, MC CoinGecko, Polygon, and NZ Research. NZ Research is one of a smaller venture capital in Hong Kong. Additionally, we are also yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but can you explain the relationship between Polygon, for example?
So for Polygon, what we do is we actually talk to startups project, because as a central exchange, we get in contact with projects frequently. So we will encourage them to build on Polygon network, or if any of the projects having issue or while building on the Polygon chain, we can be the bridge to actually contact them for them. That's firstly. Secondly is to actually co-host maybe some hackathon with Polygon and also collaboration in terms of marketing. They have provided us several tokens to actually do some user acquisition for them as well. So some marketing collaboration.
Okay, got it.
Mm.
How can we get your contact info?
I think
I think our team will help you with that. I mean, like Onkar from our team, or you can reach out to our team members so that they will help you with the contacts and set up the contacts with you.
Okay, thank you.
yes, definitely.
Thank you, Ernst. Thank you, Ernst. And so that's Coinstore, and they're a centralized exchange based out in Singapore, and they're raising a Series A, ask of 7 million and a valuation of 70, and they're raising in equity. Thank you so much, Ernst, for joining in. And
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And with that, we will be going to our next pitching by Sudeep Saxena of Coin Gabbar. I would like to pull up. Yeah.
Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yeah. Yes. Hi, Sudeep.
Yes.
So yeah,
Hi.
I think you can start with this.
Yeah, thank you so much. So these, I mean, the last two presentations we went through, one was a core tech product, one was a centralized exchange. Ours is more of a product in a different genre. So we are like, we are an aggregator in the crypto market. So what we exactly do is, I mean, there are two ends to the crypto world. If we talk about the information per se, first of the end is the crypto developers, which are actually working on the projects, which are building something. The second thing is the community, which is actively looking to participate in the projects, actually looking to invest in the project, either through crypto assets or through various means possible. But the basic deterrent that we found in the crypto industry is, I mean, a seamless flow of transparent information that can actually allow the users to judge which project is good, which project might be a scam or something, because we have seen a lot of Ponzi schemes coming up, scamming investors of the money and then running away. So our portal is designed around, I mean, it is an information portal which caters to almost all the information needs that is there for a retail investor. So we provide news, we provide information, we provide analysis, we get into the fundamental analysis and technical analysis of crypto assets. We are writing deep tech content also. We are providing various other features in the sense like the basic things like prices is there, price charting is there, the white papers is there for the various crypto assets that are listed on the website. Along with that, we also have the facility of demo trading if somebody just wants to try their hand on the crypto investment without actually investing anything. So all these things are there just to facilitate the crypto users having some kind of interest in the crypto world. And not only that, we are also going for crypto adoption in the sense that we are soon launching our education platform by the name of Gabbar University, where we'll actually be training people on the basics of crypto and on the advanced things of crypto so that they can actually work towards understanding the crypto world better and work towards understanding the Web3 world better. And actually, this could be a boon for the crypto adoption. We are also talking to a few agencies, few departments in the government and a few institutions which will be adopting our courses in the times to come. We have also sought some interest from people from different countries who are interested in collaborating for this particular education thing. And this is not all. Apart from that, we have a plethora of listing for the ICOs, IDOs, whichever is coming. Then we are also have done proof of reserve for 3 leading exchanges of India, which is CoinDCX, WazirX, and Sun Crypto. So this is another B2B product that we are serving. So this is about the product that we have built. And this is not all. We are also coming up with a B2B platform. So B2B platform in which, I mean, all the players of the crypto world can collaborate at one place so they can interact with each other. So more of it like, not exactly saying that way, but a Jack Ma kind of a concept that we can build an Alibaba kind of a thing for the crypto world. So that will generate some additional revenues for us in the times to come. We do launching for projects. We do, I mean, not exactly acting as a launchpad, but in the times to come, that is what our intent is. We do PR for the project. We do branding for the projects. We have We are having big organizations in the marketing bandwidth, which we have tied up with, like CoinDCX, L-Bank. L-Bank's another venture, Encryptus has just tied up with us recently. So that is one of the things. So a lot of things are going on, and we are like working towards making it a better product. We already have a registered community. Like if we talk about the history of the product, we started off somewhere in January 21, got incorporated in July 21, and we launched full throttle, started marketing from November 22. So effectively 5 months into the business, we are having an average traffic of close to 2.5 to 3 million page views per month. And a few say interesting stats is that the stickiness quotient is there in the portal, because people generally who come to the portal spend an average of somewhere close to 6.5-7 minutes on the website, and they serve across more than 40 pages on the website. So this is something that is driving us, that is giving us motivation, that people are actually liking the content we are building. And yes, that is what CoinGabbar is all about. So if we talk about ourselves in one line as a concept, we are the aggregators. We are aggregating both the sides of the crypto market, the B2B, the business side, which actually is willing to go for the community. And we also have integrated the community, which is actually looking for good crypto projects. So the basic advantage where we come in is that somebody who is like, if they want to advertise through any of the portal, if they want to advertise through say Google or Facebook or any place possible, then it is an expensive channel, it is an expensive medium, and the ads might get banned. In the times to come, you might also feel like the ad or the promotion is not hitting the right person. But in case of CoinGabbar, it is all a dedicated crypto community that we have acquired over a period of time, and we are increasing on the community base every now and then. And one more thing, if we compare with the likes of ourselves in the industry, so the information marketplaces, we are a unique space. I mean, with the blend of products that we are offering, I don't see any other project offering the complete range of services for the retail crypto investors, first of all. Second thing is that drives us into the market is that around the world of around 330 million crypto users in the world, only 8 to 10% of the crypto users are actually using some information marketplace. They are otherwise going for some particular influencer on any of the channels and making their investing decisions by that. So we want to fill that gap. So 90% of the pie is still wide open. We want to get to some part of it to make our business grow. And that is where we'll be moving ahead in the space.
Thank you, Sudeep. So we are open for Q&A.
One more thing I'd like to add is that we are, raising a fund, seeking a fund of around $1 million for valuation of 6.5 million. And that is about all, because I think with this kind of investment, we'll be reaching our break even. So we won't be requiring any second round after that.
So Sudeep, one question from... Oh, yeah, you can go ahead.
I'm just wondering, like, that for that 1 million, what is the breakdown of the runway and like the team, and for that 1 million, how long can you last and all that?
With this 1 million, we'll be lasting for about 1.5 years, say around July or August 24. And by then we expect to achieve our break even, because we are already having a burn of let us say, close to 30 lakh in rupees. So if we talk about you can say around $35,000, $40,000 a month. And with that, we have already started generating in the short span of time around 5,000 USD in terms of revenues. And with an increased community, we'll be like breaking even very soon. So that is what the thought process is, that in the times to come, we'll be generating substantial revenues when we acquire more of community, and that will take us through the meeting the expenses and of course generating the profits.
So Sudeep, what's your daily active users base right now in terms of how many total registered users, and what's the daily active user right now?
Total registered users are somewhere close to 125K, and DAU is more than 5,000, and the app downloads is somewhere close to 60K as of now, as we speak.
any revenue you're generating right now at the moment? And what's the ARR?
Around $5K is something we have already started generating, and we are ramping it up rapidly because we've just recently, taken up a lot of marketing guys, and they are generating good results for us. So we are increasing on the revenue.
That's a MRR of $5,000 right now. Yep.
Just Sandeep, one quick question, just with regards to Indian regulation and how you guys are managing, building a company in India when the government has such a anti-crypto stance.
We have already mitigated that, where the company is now shifted to Dubai, the legal entity and legal status of the company. So that won't be a problem. Second thing, if we talk about this, is we are just a media company based on the crypto space. So we don't fall under any regulations because we are not exactly a Web3 company. We are not a company which is actually into the crypto regulation space. We're not, going ahead with any kind of activity on the cryptos. Still, we have shifted to Dubai. And you know that Dubai has already come up with VARA guidelines. So doing business at Dubai has become quite easy now.
And so I would assume no plans to launch a token for your project.
Yeah, there are plans because if we talk about the future of the project, Gabbar is just the first leg of the projects that we are about to launch. So the first thing is Gabbar. Once this project gets to a break even, once this project starts generating its own revenue to meet the expenses, then with the community that we have acquired, when we are having a community of our own, and we can market other people to the community, and if we come up with a good project or good product after that, the community, that active community backing us, will definitely be supporting us in all the ways possible. So that is going to be the next periphery of the products, where we'll be building a series of products after that. So the first leg is just to bring the Gabbar to break even, and then after it will go. So there is obviously a token, Gabbar token, which will be coming up, but that token is not being launched from Dubai. It is being launched from a company in SVG. So that token will come, but it will come at a later stage, not right now.
Okay, thanks.
So basically it'll be a safe plus token warrant. That would be the agreement, right?
Yeah, token income, whatever. This investment is against the equity, but whatever percentage you are having in equity, you'll be having the same percentage of the token earnings as well. It is a combined package of both the things.
Thank you so much, Sudeep. So guys, that's Gabbar, and they're raising a pre-seed round right now at an ask of $1 million with a valuation of 6.5 million, and they're raising in equity with the plans to go launch a token in the future. So thank you, Sudeep, for joining in.
Thank you so much, Yash.
So our upcoming project is Rosy Whale, which runs a tailor-made gap 3.5 trading strategy. So we have Gabriel from the team. Gabriel. I made you a presenter, I think so. I hope you're able to join in. Gabriel, we can hear you. Yes. I think there's some issues. I think we'll go with our next project, and we can let Gabriel join in later. He's having issues. So we'll go with our next project, Ticket. There any form of ticket can be sold using smart digital tokens on Ticket. Okay. So we are invited. Okay, Gabriel, I think
it's better now.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Gabriel, you can go ahead. Thank you.
Sure. So I'm ready to start the presentation, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Great. Can you see my screen at the moment?
But we can't see a screen as of right now. You can use the share button.
Sure. Perfect. All right, guys. So my name is Lucas, and I would like to present some on-chain AI strategies that we developed throughout the years. Now, we started developing all of this a few years back, but we launched last year on centralized exchanges, and now we're finalizing the development on chain. And the first chain that we're going to launch is Arbitrum and Binance Smart Chain. Now, a little bit about Rosy Whale and what it does, right? So Rosy Whale proposes different AI-driven trading strategies, okay, that will work on decentralized exchanges. Now, the goal for us, it was to build strategies that would outperform DCA and would outperform simple hodling, right? What we can see is that people are impatient. They want to trade, they want to stay, they want to do something with their asset. They just don't want to lock their assets and just wait. And that's why the goal was to develop something that would bring positive results. Now, our market is retail and institutional clients, and we will be the first ones who will be developing strategies. However, later on, we suspect that there will be some additional strategy developers that would use Python, TradingView, or any other software basically to create strategies and launch them using our smart contracts. Now, how it works from the user perspective is kind of basic, right? They go to the website, they connect with their wallet, decentralized wallet, they can select a strategy and an appetite, a risk appetite level, or if they're strategy creators, they can create their own vaults. And that's it, basically they deploy their funds. Now, we propose full infrastructure. What does it mean? It means that users can deposit their funds into our smart contracts, which we call Rosy Vaults, okay? Their funds are being traded on Binance Smart Chain and Arbitrum, and users, of course, are able to adjust the risk level they want. And the risk level will depend on the strategy itself and also on the strategy parameters. And that's how they will be generating, let's say, what we call real yield, what's very popular right now, but essentially they will be getting a positive ROI from their investments. Now, of course, we have very interesting features such as cross-chain, influencer strategies, fiat and coming up, but that's only additional what we have on the platform. Now, talking about the strategies and their performance. So now we've launched GAP 3.5 strategy, which is now working since July 2022 on centralized exchanges, and now will be launched on Arbitrum as of April. We are also testing our regression strategy, which will be live very soon. And by the end of the year, not by the end of the year, but by the Q3, we're planning to launch a perp strategy on the Bell exchange, which is an Arbitrum perpetuals exchange. That's basically the results of our very first strategy, GAP 3.5. It outperforms HODL and DCA. And if you would like to see the exact trades, I'm able to send you a list of all the trades that were performed within the last few years on that strategy. Now, a second point that I also mentioned in the beginning is that we will be providing infrastructure for other people who would like to launch their own strategies, right? And that's basically the graph of the infrastructure, which would mean that if there's a strategy developed on Python, TradingView, and so on, it has to be rewritten using, or it has to start using our smart contracts that will be running on Arbitrum and Binance Smart Chain. Those smart contracts will be calling Chainlink and Binance Oracle for the price gathering. And all the trades will be performed on Camelot and PancakeSwap. Now, the last step is basically connecting with the user's wallet. Users will be able to deposit and withdraw from that specific wallet. Now, a little bit about the vaults. What are the vaults and what are the possibilities for the vaults? So this is really where our users or our community can choose which vaults they would like to create or have on the platform. For example, we will have a blue chips vault, which will entail the top 5 or top 8 cryptocurrencies according to CoinMarketCap. However, there are so many possibilities, right? For example, now on our Arbitrum, we see there are many option protocols coming up and really achieving a high TVL. And some of those coins could also, for example, have their separate vault. Again, users can vote, they can choose which vaults they want to have, and they can enable disable strategy on any of those vaults. Now, that's a competition slide. We compare ourselves kind of to centralized one and decentralized strategy developers. So let's say Swissborg is kind of this centralized one. Ribbon finds the development options on DeFi. So basically, if users are considering Swiss crypto funds or Rosy Whale, I mean, they would most probably go to Rosy Whale because of above market average returns, safer strategy, lower risk strategy, yeah, mostly that, right? And they're basically in charge of their own keys, and they can also vote and choose which vaults they want to have, right? There's a bit more choice than on Swissport Contribution Finance. We're also going to have a token, right? And the token will provide real yield opportunities, meaning that if you as a user, you don't want to deposit your own funds into the vault, you can simply stake the token and you can receive real yield. And what is real yield? It is fees that will be collected from the users that are trading the strategies. At the moment, we charge 0.2% fee for every single trade that the strategy executes. However, the token will also have some additional features such as access to Rosy Shark strategy, which is the regression strategy that we're going to launch on the Vela exchange. For example, for the vault creation for the strategy analyst, users will have to use our token in order to launch their strategy on Rosy Whale. And there will be also some additional new features, for example, small cap whale fund, builders group access, and a few more that we're currently planning. Now that's a distribution of tokens, so essentially pretty standard what other projects have, right? We work with a few advisors that helped us to shape the tokenomics, so there will be early bird, seed, private, and public round, team vesting, and advisor vesting. It's kind of a pretty standard in the token launch space right now. And that's about our roadmap. So what is important to understand, there are two things. First of all, first one is that we launched last year, we achieved over 1 million AUM, we achieved more than 500 active daily users, and launched our GAP 3.5 strategy, and the other two strategies will be launched throughout this year on the Bell exchange and also maybe other exchanges. Now, Arbitrum and Binance Smart Chain are coming up as well very, very soon. Initially was planned for March, but we need a few more weeks basically for public launch. We have a few partners, and I think that we didn't even list all our partners here. So, for example, you can see FactorDAO here, which is an Arbitrum protocol that proposes different vaults. So users who are using FactorDAO, they will be able to use Rosy Whale strategy on top of it, which is one of the most interesting kind of approaches on how we're going to implement Rosy Whale for our partners. Of course, Bell Exchange, Apollo X as a perp exchange on Binance Smart Chain, Caro Money for on-ramping solution that we will implement throughout this year, and a few others. And that's the team. So the team was working already on this. I don't want to say project because it's a business that is generating revenue. So we're looking more like into a business and not as a project, right? So we're a fully fledged team with IT specialists, business specialists, marketing people that already we work together for a few years. We know each other very well, so really happy to have all those people in the team. Now about the team pass a little bit. So many of our team members are coming up for either big corporations or other successful startups like Tesla, banks in Switzerland and Denmark and so on. Now, investment schedule, it looks like as following. So we completed our early bird and half of our seed round, meaning that we raised about over 500K right now. We will soon enter our private round, so there are still tickets left for the seed round, and there will be a public round either on DAO Maker, Polka Starter, or we're still not sure exactly on which one of those platforms we will have it. Essentially, that's it, guys. So we are growing our channels right now. In Twitter, we have about 10K following without any kind of we never spend money on marketing. It was really kind of mouth to mouth, where people who like the strategies, they started using them, and then they finally invested in the token. Yeah, but now really we're gonna spend more time and probably more funds on the marketing side. So thank you very much, and open for any questions you may have.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Lucas. Quick question,
Yeah.
and I apologize if I missed the numbers, but are you able to share your track record on the trading solution that you do have live? And then also, I guess, how long of a trading history do you have? Do you have history in bull markets and bear markets? I guess 2020 is when it started, right? So, okay, so yeah, we do have bull market and bear market.
Yeah, correct. And as I mentioned in the slide, I can share the exact trades even that were performed and exact numbers for the strategy.
Okay, apologies for missing this. And then
No.
sorry, I also didn't see the valuation of the seed round.
So the total value, diluted value is 22. Yeah. So a fully diluted value is 22.5 million. And then the seed we have to really calculate. I I don't have that on the slide. We just have to calculate that accordingly.
Okay.
I think it's 22 million actually. 22 million is the valuation.
Sorry?
The seed round valuation is around 22 million.
Okay.
And Lucas, one more question from me. So the yield you mentioned that Rosy will also be giving us a yield. So that's in addition to the yield they're generating on these trading strategies, right?
Exactly, and that's a great question. Yes, so maybe I didn't explain that very well. So first of all, there are kind of two ways on how users can interact with Rosy Whale. First one is they deposit their own funds and they generate yield basically through trading. That's the first one. And the second one is that if they don't want to deposit their funds, but we've noticed that some people, they just want to buy the token, right? They're like kind of, they want to buy it, they want to stake it. So that's how they will be able to generate a yield basically. We will be distributing protocol fees to the token stakers. So that's kind of a second opportunity to receive yield.
Thank you. Any questions from Karthik, Jessica, Noha, or Mud? Thank you so much, Lucas. Thank you for joining in. Sure. So that's Rosy Whale. They're raising a pre-seed seed round at ask of 1.8 million at a value, and they're raising in token called Rosy, ROSY, at a valuation of 22 million. So thank you so much, Lucas, for joining in.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have our next presenter from Yuvan from Ticket ETH. I hope you're able to join in.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Sweet. Just a second. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen, Ivan.
Okay, cool. Just a brief introduction about myself, and before we get started, just a couple of things. So I know it's been going on for an hour, and like probably all of you are tired, but just give me like 4 to 5 minutes of your time. Just it's gonna be really cool. We love what we're doing, so I think you should see the passion and see what exactly we're building, right? And I'm 21 years old. I'm doing my final year of engineering right now in Chennai, and yeah, we're just getting on with this. So let's see how this goes. Okay. So sorry. Sorry. Yes, let's go. Yep. Hi guys. So we're building tickets. We're building the future of ticketing, right? So I want to tell you what the problems are there in the existing ticketing industry and why we want to solve it, right? So there are different kinds of problems where somebody is issuing tickets and tickets are being scalped or touted, which means people are selling tickets for a higher price and the middleman is making money without contributing to the event in any such way, right? So there's about $15 billion, which is moved in like, not a very healthy way in the industry. And we're trying to, somehow incentivize the ticket issuers through this money that's been moving around. And we're also trying to build out a platform which is transparent and which solves for the existing problem, right? So the problem here is that people really buy tickets, sell it for a higher price and make profits. This is the middlemen. This is what middlemen do. This is the first kind of problem where the ticket issuers are actually losing out on additional revenue based on supply and demand of the ticketing industry, right? And approximately like 12% of the tickets that are listed online are counterfeit or like fraud, which means, say, take StubHub, right, which is like a sister company of Ticketmaster. What they do is, people can list tickets on StubHub, and there are two ways of listing tickets. You can either list it and there'll be double selling of tickets, which means once I buy my ticket, I'll sell it to somebody, and I can also sell it to a third person as well. And the third person wouldn't even know I've sold the ticket to the second person before. So in this case, there's basically no transparency. There's monopoly in the industry. And, it's extremely unhealthy, extremely annoying for the fans because essentially they just want to attend or watch a concert, which they really don't get the time to, right? And the third thing being fan artist engagement. There is no reward for the loyal fans at the end of all of this. It's so chaotic after they, purchase a ticket. Somehow they get NBA tickets, for example, $4,000. What are they doing with it, right? what do they even get time to speak to any of the athletes if they're coming for like 2-3 years regularly? How do you track people? What's the solution? There's nothing in the industry which can do all of this. So what are we doing, right? We're building an NFT ticketing platform, essentially making all of these transparent and smart. So the idea being an NFT ticketing platform is to essentially make the ticketing industry simple, where the ticket issuers are benefited and we're providing a platform for them. And like I mentioned, the $15 billion market where people are moving cash in a very unhealthy way, we're trying to incentivize a ticket issuer by issuing 10% of this $15 billion by giving them an additional revenue model and a revenue source. And that's probably around $1.5 billion. That being said, the second thing is, once the tickets are minted as NFTs, there is programmability of tickets, which means people can, customize or add different kinds of features to your tickets, which means these are concert tickets or event tickets, right? And you want to track your audience, you want to engage with your audience because there's someone who's going to keep coming back to your platform and keep coming back to your event because they really love what they do. Nobody's forcing them to come to an event. It's their choice which they make. So essentially, you want to reward them in any way that's possible. So the way we do it is we're doing it through a similar user journey, right? And what our user journey is similar to Book My Show or Ticketmaster or Eventbrite, right? And while we're doing that, we also generated $40,000 of revenue or transaction or ticket generated so far, and we've minted about 1,200 tickets, and then 1,500 users we've onboarded. And we're growing at a relatively decent scale because all of us were in college the year we started. We started this year back. And right now, a couple of months, we're all full in and we're giving it everything about 60, 80 hours a week to get into this. So like I mentioned, our flow is very similar to Book My Show or Eventbrite. There are 4 simple steps. You log in with email, purchase the ticket, and you can purchase it through traditional methods or like any other cryptocurrencies, and then you can show your ticket at the event venue. So the point being here, we don't want to educate, we don't want to teach, or we don't want to change any user behavior at the end of the day. It's more about keeping everything same. It's just the transparency that we want to bring out and incentivize the ticket issuers. So we've had some early supporters in the space. We're part of the Antler India Fellowship 2021, and then we also got grants from different companies like Arcana, Unstoppable Domains, Polygon DAO, ETH India by Ethereum Foundation, etc. So our ask is basically $300,000. And before we get into that, I want you to give some background about who we are, what we have as a team, and what we're exactly doing. So myself, Vivan, I said, 4th-year college student, engineering student, and 3 of my founders are also similar. We all met the same college and everything. And we're extremely passionate about technology. We love blockchain, and we're just here to solve something which we ourselves have been through and gone through. So our ask being $300,000 for an 18-month runway to onboard our first 200 customers. We already have about 5 paying customers, and we know you're getting to that. To just exponentially grow that part of it, we are starting off with primarily hiring talent and then helping us with branding and marketing, because that's what's going to get us events. Essentially, it's very difficult for us to convert an event organizer or ticket issuer because they're not going to shift from Eventbrite to our platform, because every event is about say $3,000 to $4,000 on an average, the ticket value that they can make. And they're not going to move from one platform to the other platform unless they hear it from one of their friends or one of their trusted members who they really believe in, saying, okay, this platform is cool. It helps me a lot in different ways. It's very difficult for you to cold outreach and convert them. So for us to position ourselves as a very trustable brand, as a trustable company, which can, provide or help the ticket issuers, is something very important. And that's exactly what we'll be doing with the money as well. Thank you so much for your time. You can reach out to me on vivana.ticket.io or check out our website. And yeah, we're doing a cool thing. I wish you guys could, hop in and help us out with that.
Thank you so much, Yuvan. Yeah, I just like to add to one more question. So what's your go-to-market strategy? Is it Indian market, or what's your starting strategy actually?
So primarily, we'll be going behind the Web3 events and conferences, and we're not going after the Indian market. Everything is global. We've cracked like almost 30 to 40 partnerships with different kinds of Web3 companies to help us build out an entire community and grow in the space. Because ideally, anybody who understands Web3 fundamentally and who has some interest towards moving into Web3, although they cater to a normal Web2 or a music audience, that's not our problem, right? We care about our customer who's ticket issuers. And it's really cool if they understand a little bit about Web3 or NFTs, because it's much easier for us to sell and much easier for them to trust us. So essentially, we'll be going behind the Web3 conferences and the event space first, and then moving on to going into the music concerts, and finally sporting events.
Thank you so much. So any questions from any of the investors?
I have one. So,
Yeah.
eventually, yes, even though it's a platform where you're going to target the different clients who are the event organizers, but at the end of the day, as a community built, through the Web2 platforms, if you notice the ticketing agencies, it's eventually directed towards the clients, right? Which is basically the end user. So these guys have to come in, and once they engage is when all these uh, different ticket providers or your clients come in. So it's sort of a chicken and egg game where you need to also develop that particular community and need to spend a lot of energy on that, because that's when you will have the demand and people will eventually come there, right?
Correct. So let me just, I understood what you're trying to say, but to give more clarity, we're actually building a B2B2C platform right now, right? Which means we are building it for the people who are issuing tickets and for the people who are buying tickets. So the buying tickets part is also we have to keep the UX similar to Web2 while we're building in Web3. That's one problem. And also, onboarding event organizers is also not that easy. So to answer that question, we'll be doing this only for 4 quarters. Until this end of this year, we'll be building a B2B2C platform. Once we have credibility and once we have proved that this solution can solve this particular problem, what we'll be doing is eventually providing a B2B or a SaaS model for existing ticketing players like Eventbrite, Ticketmaster, MyShow. It's more like once we have what we need to get there, more like hitting PMF, we will not be building out an entire distribution by ourselves. We will eventually tap into people who already built it out. There are a lot of companies like WooCommerce, Razorpay, who are getting into events pages and events sectors, right? And for that, if there's a plugin which they can, option to mint ticket as an NFT, and if they're willing to pay for it because it solves so and so problems, that's our end goal. And to get there, we need to start off with the B2B2C model, because there's no credibility for us to sell it to anybody. Hope that answers your question.
Thank you, everyone. I hope any other questions from Mike or Jessica? So thank you everyone for joining in. So that's ticket, and they are raising it pre-seed round, and ask is 300K at a valuation of 3 million, and they're raising in equity. So thank you everyone for joining in.
So much.
Thank you. And our upcoming project is Virtuacoin. So I'm inviting Ragulan from Virtuacoin to join in. Ragulan, I hope you're able to hear.
I can hear you. Can you guys see me? No? Okay. Working? Okay. All right. So let me present my screen. You gave me access for presentation, right? Yeah, share.
Yeah, you can use the share button, third button.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Can you see my screen, guys? Cool. Okay, cool. Can you see my screen? Is it shared?
Yeah.
Yes, we can see it.
We can see.
Okay, cool, guys. So, my name is Raghulan Gauthaman. So I'm CEO of Virtua Technologies, Virtua Imports, Virtua Finance, and Virtua Hub. So I'm running several companies in the last few years, and Technologies is my main company where I work as a CEO and a solution architect. And the last 13 years, we have built over 300 apps and 200 games. And some of the games we did for some really big studios have got a lot of traction. So now we decided to fund our own project 3 years ago, and we started our Virtuacoin project. And in the Virtuacoin project, what we have done is basically we built a game to prove the concept of play to earn, and we did a tight integration of it. So basically, what happens is with Virtuacoin, it's a token and also an NFT platform, and where we also created a game called Rush Rates. And Rush Rates is basically it's a multiplayer battle royale style game. And if you guys heard of PUBG, Fortnite, and Free Fire, any of those games, we wanted to build a AAA game, because with our experience building AAA games for other studios, we don't want it to sound like a crypto game. And because most of the streaming community, they focus on AAA games, so we wanted to build a complete AAA game with crypto integrated into it and NFTs integrated into it. And in this game, or we also built a wallet app, so the transactions are instantaneous. That means whatever you earn in the game, you can see it in the wallet app instantaneously. And all the assets that you buy within the game are actually NFTs. So you can actually see the NFTs in the wallet app as soon as you purchase within the game. And the Virtua Swap is basically the app that we built, and that's basically you can see all the balances, you can do the transfers, deposit, withdrawal, you can should do all of that. And with this app, the goal is to later on add more games and give access to other developers as well to build on top of our existing ecosystem. And so pretty much this app will facilitate for people to view the assets that they purchased within different games. And so this app is basically close to 100 screens. Is one of the very big app that we have done so far. And also the other thing is like we also build a feature called geolocation based airdrop within our wallet app and the games. So that means we can drop not just Virtuacoin into a specific location in a globe. And because you know that most of the crypto airdrops, they're not targeted for a specific region. With our geolocation based airdrop, we can actually do a particular crypto coin. Let's say for this case, this is Virtuacoin dropped in Chennai. I can drop it in Sydney, and I can drop it in Paris. I can drop it in Canada at a specific time frame. And so people only within that location will be able to grab it. So we can build communities focused on specific geolocations as well. And this is available on our apps and games. And again, this is not just for Virtuacoin. We can drop any coins as well. And let's say we can drop Dogecoin, we can drop Ethereum, Bitcoin, we can drop anything on top of it. And we are also in talks with other companies. We can also drop, let's say, for example, Coke is launching a new product, and we can drop 1,000 cans of Coke on a specific location. So that means people can grab it within the game and the app, and they can go to the nearest store, they can redeem it. And so that's the crypto ad drop that we have done. And the other thing is like recently we did an event in Chennai to reveal our product, and we got around 300 people attending the event, and we got us instant sign up with all of those people on the same day. And we gave them ad drop coupons, and we also signed up for the beta testing of the game. We revealed the game, we did some extra gameplay tutorials and stuff during the event, and it went well. And on top of it, we also built additional platforms to it. And there is a web application as well. We built it, and we built almost like a massive super admin panel to control every portion of the our ecosystem. So to control the prices, to control the processing fees, and we also built a rule engine based fraud prevention system. You know, like most of the games, it's very tough to avoid cheats and stuff like that. And because since we have built so many games, and we built a system to avoid traditional way people cheat systems. And on top of it, we also built a complete developer platform. This is the platform that we use to integrate Rush Rate. So that means we can give access to other developers and other studios as well. So whatever the game that they built, they can integrate all the features that we have built within Rush Rates. So they can have a leaderboard, they can have a ranking system, they can have events, and they can even conduct weekly tournaments such as esports. And this pretty much, they can even create NFT assets that they can publish onto the game stores and stuff. And on top of it, we also created a separate platform called Tutti Games. And I knew you guys might have known that Fortnite is a game that got banned from Apple for selling their assets outside of Apple Store. And so we got Tutti Games. This is basically a publishing platform, and we're going to launch with 50 simple casual multiplayer crypto games on this platform. But then the point is like we can launch any Android or web application based games into this platform. So we can invite other developers who have developed a lot of games before. They can make a crypto integration into their game, and they can launch using Tutti Games. So that means we don't have to, we are agnostic. So we don't have to depend on Play Store or App Store to get the downloads for the people. And so we're not going to get banned or anything like that. And so now with the Virtuacoin, what are the other things that we're doing is basically we also have a reward system, and which we can integrate businesses such as saloons and cafes. They can offer instant rewards to their customers, and we can also do ad drops for events to pull crowd into the events. And other thing is like we also have an esports initiative, so where we can give weekly rewards to people. And so that's basically every week we have a rewards pool we give to the top 3 players. And on top of it, we also have a plan to publish the winner's name each week in Times Square. We negotiated with the deal with the company in US, and we got a deal for next 3 months. And probably once we start rolling this project out, and we will publish the winners in Times Square every week. And I think that's a very first gaming company to do it. And so this is pretty much our pitch. And we done almost like 4 years into development, and the game is done for Android and iOS. The app is done for Android and iOS, and the entire platform it's a completely scalable platform. And so the goal is like we have already funded this project around $300,000. We got a grant from Polygon, and we also got incubator support from Asset Mantle Labs. And right now we are at a valuation of 8.6 million, and the token of 1 billion token comes together around approximately $10 million is what we are actually evaluating. And the fund that we are seeking is around 1.3 million. So the ticket size, the minimum ticket size will be around 100 to 200K to start with. And that's about it, guys.
Thank you so much, Raghulan. Thank you for the pitch. And I have a few questions of mine. So the P2E space, the play to earn space is crowded with lots of games nowadays. And your game is in a similar pattern, right? I mean, like battle royale style or this one. So what differentiate you for people to adopt this one, the game?
Okay. So first thing is like we have an app where people can see the transactions instantaneously. And also the other thing is the game assets is basically tradable. So within the app itself, people can start trading in future phases. And on top of it, we also have a land NFTs that we are selling. So the land NFTs is like the tournaments happening on a concurrent basis. Almost every minute there is concurrent tournaments happening. So whenever people die in a particular location, whomever owns that land parcel will get a small token. And so that sort of features is what we promoting at this stage. And again, the gameplay is like, since we built for a lot of AAA studios and some of the big games that we have worked on. And so basically, we're going to focus on not the crypto investors. Most of the crypto games are familiar with the crypto investors. We're going to focus on 1 billion user community of gamers. So not just crypto communities.
Any questions from Mike, Karthik, or Jessica? Okay, I think thank you, Raghulan. Thank you for joining in. So that's Raghulan from Virtuacoin, and they're raising a pre-seed at an ask of 1.3 million at a valuation of 8.6, and they're raising in equity plus token warrant. So thank you. So that's the last pitch of our day, and thank you, Raghulan, for joining in. And
thanks, guys.
Thank you all.
Thank you
so much. So thank you all for joining in for the Guardian's first VC pitching session online, and thank you for all the investors from Seed Ventures, from Gains Associates, from Agility, from Mint Ventures, from Contango Digital Assets by Grantis, then Refex, Karthik, Sambhandham, and Jessica from Mint Ventures. Thank you so much for joining in. And for all the projects, Fluidefi, Coinstore, Gabbar, Rosy Whale, Ticket, and Virtuacoin. So yeah, so for the investors, basically after once the session is over, if you're interested in connecting with any of the projects, we can help you connect with them and take the process forward. Any closing remarks or just any of the investors want to put in, or just we'll open for that?
Yeah, guys, much appreciated. Apologies for a bit of radio silence here on this side, but really interested. I think a little bit more diligence is going to be needed on our side in terms of reviewing decks, but we will be in contact with everybody that's presented, and would be happy to have a follow-up call with anybody that's interested to dig a little bit deeper. thank you very much for having us. I know it's a short pitch, and so there's not a lot that founders can really get across in 5 to 6 minutes. But very happy to sit down for a longer conversation with anybody that presented today. Well done to everybody that's presented, and looking forward to keeping contact.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Also, thank you for having me and having Mean Ventures on this session. We are also interested in some projects that presented today, and I will be in touch with you and some of the projects later. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jessica.
Hey, hi, Karthik, and similarly, I think it's been quite interesting, good to learn, and also always exploring the space. More than happy to look at the deals and probably shortlist and see what can probably have a second call. So look forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Karthik. So thank you all. Thank you for joining again, and welcome to Guardian platform. And we'll be coming up with our next session on April 15th, and see you all again. Thank you so much. Thank you for the project.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.